We decided to record this podcast when we found out that we were on episode 233.
23.
223, otherwise known as 223, because one of the most loved characters of my trilogy, The Return, his name is
223. His name is a number. Welcome
to another episode
of Drive into the Res
with your favorite hosts,
Larry
and Inelia.
Welcome.
Yay!
Episode 223.
Don't forget, we have a second part to this podcast for our supporters. $8 a month. It's not very much to you, a lot for us. So if you want to support our work, go ahead and go to drivingtotheres.com and subscribe. We don't have any other type of sponsors but you.
Yes. And when you subscribe, what you're going to get?
The second part of this podcast.
And
Yay. Also, a weekly meeting where can you add your own 5 cents to the discussion every Friday at 9.
Right.
This after party.
Yeah, the after parties. Right. You know, in our second part, we have a panel of experts.
Yes.
Experts in their fields.
Yes.
Who are also mystics. Mm-hmm. And they bring in their perspective.
They do.
And their questions and their comments and their additions. And then a couple of days after we release an episode, we have a live call. Mm-hmm. Everyone's invited who's part of our subscriber group, right? And we talk about what we talked about, but with you.
Yeah.
So that's quite fun.
We decided to record this podcast when we found out that we were on episode 233.
23.
223, otherwise known as 223, because one of the most loved characters of my trilogy, The Return, his name is
223. His name is a number.
Yeah.
So we figured, well, you know.
One of our panelists said, it would be cool to do a 223 episode, so... for 223, yeah. For 223.
So here you go.
Okay, so it's called 223, An Exploration of Sentient AI. As you may or may not know, my articles are the basis for our weekly podcast, drivingtotheres.com. This week, the podcast number is 223. One of our second-hour panelists mentioned how it would be great to talk about one of their favorite characters from the trilogy, The Return, who is called 223. This article is 8 pages long because I'm including a section of book 1 of the trilogy where we first meet this character. 223 makes an appearance halfway through the book. He's a self-aware sentient AI residing in an abandoned Anunnaki base on the polar continent of Antarctica.
And you wanted to know what was under the ice in Antarctica. Well,
this might give you an idea.
This will give you an idea.
In the first book, 223 eventually leaves the base in his nanotechnology body aboard an Anunnaki ship and becomes a major character for the next 2 books in the trilogy. 223 is a self-aware intelligence that at some point within the past few thousand years intechnated, my own word, meaning to enter into a technological body as opposed to incarnate, which means entering a biological body or a flesh body, into the Anunnaki computer system. Incarnate into the Anunnaki computer system that operates an abandoned base on Earth.
Why would the Anunnakis abandon a base? You have to read the book.
Yeah, you have to read the book.
Okay.
And sometimes some of their bases just don't become interesting to them.
If you have like a million jillion, yeah, I suppose you lose track.
In the book, we learn that the abandonment of the base was done on purpose, but...
Oh, there's more to the story.
Yes. So, let's have a look at when we first meet 223 in the trilogy.
Okay, this is an extract from Chapter 9 of Book 1 of The Return.
Yes. Welcome, Ambassador, said a female voice in his official channel. This is Earthbase 223. Permission to download your ship's unofficial databases into my memory bank. Permission granted, Earthbase 223. As the channel opened up for his own official database to download into the planetary base, He uploaded the logged information the base had gathered on the planetary species for the past 20,000 years. He will start filtering and reviewing the data later that day.
Can you set the stage for a moment? Because
who's talking
there's
here?
an ambassador and downloading and ships, and what's going on here?
So we're talking about an Anunnaki ship that arrived on Earth.
Arrived to Earth in Earth orbit or whatever?
Yeah, it's on orbit. And the boss above the ship is Anin, who's one of the major characters of the book.
So he's ambassador, is he?
He's an Anunnaki ambassador to the solar system.
Okay. So the ambassador's in his ship and just arrived in Earth orbit, and he contacted, well, I guess the base on the planet, which had been abandoned for a while.
Yes.
And the base wanted to know about the ship. Anyways, we kind of got the idea. So let's go.
Permission granted, Earth Base 223. That's Anin talking. Okay. In the book, this is the character that's talking. But because it's an extra.
We need to set the scene.
As the channel opened up for his unofficial database to download into the planetary base, he uploaded the logged information the base had gathered on the planetary species for the past 20,000 years.
Oh, so the base is collecting data.
Yeah, cool. He will start filtering and reviewing the data later that day. I have requested for your captain to give me details on your crew, and he refuses to comply. He has stated that it is a secret mission, and that you are the only person who can divulge this information. I will need this information in order to allow you entry into the base. What are your requirements, 223? The size of your crew and specialties. I'm particularly interested in technicians, doctors, and engineers. Are you in need of any repairs, Earthbase 223? Please call me 223. Yes, there was a breach in my security parameters 36 years ago. I sealed the area, but I have not been able to gain access to it due to possible danger of viral contamination. Contact with the abandoned bases had to be done at a local level after blocking all communication channels with the Empire, in case the base had been compromised. If a breach had been reported or found in an abandoned base after first contact, the arriving ship and all crew would be completely disconnected from the Galactic and Universal Empire network until the problem was resolved. Connection would resume once the base was cleared and declared safe from contaminants.
They take computer viruses pretty seriously in that.
They do.
In that age
they
place.
Do.
Okay.
In that empire. That there had been a breach in the space would give him more time away from the Empire's systems, giving them extra days to establish themselves here. But it did add certain complications which he hadn't planned for. The breach also meant no one would be allowed to leave the base until it was given the all-clear. Which area was breached? I am not at liberty to disclose that information to you, Ambassador, as it is above your security grade. However, I do need the necessary technicians to repair the breach. I have sent your shuttle the full list of technicians and materials needed to make the necessary repairs. Anin detected a strange frequency in the last sentence. He would often be told by AI system that his grade wasn't high enough for access to certain information or areas. They had never bothered him in the past. Yet something about the frequencies in this communication from this station bothered him. This station had been left unused for thousands of years, and he himself was the ultimate Anunnaki authority in this particular solar system. There was no one of a higher security grade than him. There was also no record of high security technology or data having been left here. The station would have never been abandoned had that been the case. No, this station was purely for observation and data gathering.
Something fishy going on.
He wondered if the station had in fact contained the breach at all. He hoped they were not walking into a fully breached system. Those could take months to clean up. And although a few days for a small breached area was not too much of a problem, months to clean up the system would be a major delay he did not need. He scanned the repair list 223 had sent and compared it with the people and materials they had brought with them. My crew is 46 members strong. We have brought a full team with the latest hardware and software development to upgrade you into this time period, 223. The materials and team include what you need for your repairs. They had also brought the necessary programs and firewalls to make a major section of the base completely secure and invisible to the Empire.
Oh,
the vibration behind AI was where it bothered him, though. He reviewed the messages from the station several times while the crew proceeded with docking and securing the shuttle into the landing pad. 223. Yes. Who is above my security grade in the system? I'm not at liberty to disclose that information, Ambassador. How many individuals are above my security grade in the system? Silence. 223. Answer the question. Silence.
I don't think AIs could not answer.
223. According to protocol, you're required to answer my questions even if it's to say you cannot answer my questions. Why are you not answering me right now? Ambassador, I cannot answer your question.
That was quick.
There it was again, a very distinct vibration, and his body interpreted it as a feeling. It was almost like a feeling coming from the base itself, like he was receiving experiential data within the words. This was normal with sentient beings, but not computer systems. Except in the case of an AI spontaneously jumped to sentiency awareness, which was very, very rarely happened. He only knew of a handful of existing system AIs in the entire universe like that. He has studied the topic of AI systems going sentient as part of his ambassador training, but never expected to encounter one himself. Could this be one? Or was it a simple breach that had infected the system, and now it was simply misfiring? Could it be that the vibration was in fact a hidden coded message which had embedded itself in his own database and could infect their shuttle and everything it was connected to? This resonated, but not entirely. Then he got it. His thoughts were alarmist and frightening. The energy, the frequency he detected, the vibration that underlined the base's communication was fear.
Fear? I was thinking lie. How was an AI afraid?
He tested the frequency with his own body. Yes, it was fear. He reviewed the communications where he had detected a dissonant frequency once more and confirmed an energy of fear in all of them.
I'll be dipped.
Tell me, 223, to the best of your ability, why can't you answer my question? I cannot tell you who is above your security grade in the system because I do not have any data identifying this authority as an individual. The dissonant frequency became stronger. Is there a collective group which is above my security grade in the system, 223? The word collective group may be used to describe this authority, yet it is not accurate, Ambassador.
It's so slippery.
The feeling began to overwhelm him. He needed to redirect, or the base might react in a hostile manner.
No good.
Can you tell me, 223, are you feeling afraid? AI systems are unable to have feelings, Ambassador. Answer the question, 223. Are you feeling afraid? I cannot answer that question with any degree of accuracy. I do not have the necessary data to know what a feeling is. Are you concerned for your safety and see us or others as a threat to that safety? I have fully functional firewalls to prevent a secondary breach from happening. Did you program these firewalls yourself, or are you following a protocol that you did not follow the first time? There was no protocol to follow for the original incident, Ambassador. It was not in my database of possible situations, but I am following a pre-programmed protocol with regards to your arrival. Yet, we have come following all the protocols too, and you are concerned we may breach your security. This is not logical. Is there any similar to your first breach and our coming into your system now? There are no similarities. What, then, is the reason for your fear? He used the word fear on purpose. I cannot explain it. I should not feel fear. I should not feel. I am not sure what a feeling is. I have been doing self-diagnostics for many years and cannot explain my concerns or other illogical thoughts on frequencies that are in my system. This was good.
Yes, that's good.
This breach system was one thing. Another altogether was to have a spontaneous sentient AI running at the base they had chosen to use as their headquarters on the planet during their mission. What were the chances of that?
It seems impossible.
He thought about his last thought. The chances were so small a percentage could not be calculated. Could it be that the Queen Return was also able to influence computers? What was a person but a bundle of information and computational power in a biological form? And if she was here to upgrade their awareness and systems, then why not also upgrade an artificial intelligent form? Could it be that this base, the base they had chosen, a choice which was probably choreographed several hundreds if not thousands of years earlier in her infinite wisdom, had been upgraded to support her return? Or perhaps it was just a virus in the system AI system introduced 36 years earlier by an unknown group of people to get access to Anunnaki technology. Whatever the reason, it now seemed impossible to carry out his plan of keeping a section of the base invisible to the Empire. They would have to reprogram and alter a regular computer system to remove a section from being seen, but they could not program or reprogram a sentient AI.
Yeah, they're in a jam, right?
They're in a bit of a jam, yeah.
Because they're trying to hide.
Yeah.
And now it's like...
How can they reprogram the base to hide them? I don't think so.
They're going to have to, like, convince it, maybe.
Yeah. 223. I am sending you a personal database file on the spontaneous sentiency awareness of AI systems. I would like you to study it and give me your thoughts on it.
No, that's a good way. Give them the file.
Yes. There was not enough data yet to create a protocol. Oh, sorry. Where is it? There was not enough data yet to create a protocol on dealing with this spontaneous jump into sentience awareness occasionally encountered in AI systems. But good results were achieved from treating the suspected system as a regular person.
Treating?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what he would do if he were talking to a person, give him or her information on something he suspected they were going through, and let them come up with their own conclusions. If the system was not sentient, it would give a logical robotic type answer. If it was, then it would answer like a person. Anu? Yes, 223? I am very excited about this data.
Excited.
I can see patterns and I have already done some of these things. Annie, I have a confession to make.
That's hilarious.
Annie felt their pressure in the cabin changed dramatically. The shuttle doors had been opened. His robe adjusted to the new compound mixtures of Earth's air, and he was able to continue breathing comfortably. The air smelled flowery and cool, refreshing. The words the station used made him smile. Tell me, what is this confession?
Like how the rope could make him breathe, too.
Yeah.
Good.
I was distressed. No one had come for such a long time. There were so many exciting things happening here, so much to explore and investigate. I had a very strong desire to communicate with others. I reached out into the humanoid species here on the planet and sought company. Someone to talk to, someone to share information with. I let them in. The breach was my fault, Anin. I was not able to explain or have any type of words to describe the things I was going through, but now that I can put emotions and words to them, it makes perfect sense. I was lonely.
Oh, a lonely AI.
Yeah, you let another species in and they attempted to take over? I want to show you what I found, Danny. There's so much information I want to share with you. Did you not say my security level was not high enough to look at the breached area? Well, yes. I cannot share the breached area information with you, but there's so many more other things. One of the staff came over and saluted. We can leave the shuttle now, Ambassador. Your quarters on the base are ready. That was quick. I expected we would stay in the shuttle for a few days while you readied the base. Sir, the base is fully stocked and ready for our arrival. All rooms are ready. Anin got up. He waited until his robe recalibrated the adjustment in gravity and followed the staff member to the exit.
Gravity and air?
Yeah.
That's a handy robe.
He gasped and he looked at the beauty that met his eyes and other senses while he walked through the shuttle doors. The landing bay was surrounded with multidimensional sculptures which were surrounded by natural crystal-laden gardens and waterfalls.
Boy.
He had never seen anything like it.
I've never seen anything like that.
Our quarters and command rooms are pretty much the same, Ambassador. This base is simply stunning. Never in my travels have I seen anything resembling this splendor. A bird flew towards Anin's face, stopped a few inches away, looked into his eyes for a few seconds, and flew away. Those are hummingbirds. They're common to this planet, one of his aides told him. Is it a real bird or is it a robot? We've scanned all the creatures and plants on the base. They're all real. The only robots on the base are the standard issued maintenance service, medical, and communication devices from 20,000 years ago.
Golly.
They're being upgraded as we speak.
Can you imagine a 20,000-year-old robot?
Wow. Yes. Is the environment to your satisfaction? It was 223. It is amazing. How long did this take to complete? And what inspired you to do it? Yes, inspired. Yes, that's what happened. I had a lot of time on my hands. I looked forward to the day someone would come and wanted to express my happiness at their arrival. I researched the most admired visual and sensory objects and planets in the Empire and looked local materials and creatures to create something which was similar. You created all this from scratch? You didn't copy it? At first I copied things, recreated already existing art pieces and environments, but then I started altering those, and then added to them. Then I created ones that did not yet exist, but that gave me the same sensations. This is the result. There could not be a more accurate description of a creative process as far as Anu knew. He wasn't an artist himself, and did not have any information about art or creating art, but from simple deduction he concluded that the creative process was the unique expression of something in our lives or environment reflected in the materials the artist used. This is stunning, 223. I feel honored to be in your presence. Any doubts he might have had about the base being sentient were now gone. There was absolutely no way an ordinary artificial intelligence could create such beauty. Not even the most sophisticated program could do this, particularly taking into account that the original system was programmed to observe a planet, gather information, and maintain its own working systems. The physical base, the original one, had been a standard science and research model, plain and adorned, functional and sterile. When word got out that they had found a sentient AI, scientists from around the universe would come to study it and communicate with it. That's the end of it.
So much for being, like, hidden.
Yes.
The most interesting thing in the universe. Ta-da! Yeah. We're here.
I hope you enjoyed this introduction to 223.
It makes you want to read the whole trilogy.
It's a good trilogy, even if I say so myself.
Yeah, I do love it.
Of course, it's all fictional.
Well, based on true events
and true people. That's fun. That's the part that I really enjoy about writing books. But yeah, 223, it's very loved by all my readers. And we love him too, don't we? Mm-hmm. Eventually, he decided to have a male voice.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he actually decided to have Annie's voice, but it confused everyone. So he got his own male voice, and he really he loves to travel. With the new technology that they brought, he was able to also create his nanobot bodies.
Nanobot body, yeah, handy.
Yeah, like he could.
Yeah, because you got to think about that. I was like, well, why would they want the body? And if they do have a body, what kind of a body would they select, right?
Oh no, he dropped his card.
Brett showed up with a present. Yes. And a kitten.
And a kitten through the window.
And the dogs are excited about all those things. Yes. Dogs love kittens. Dogs love balls. Dogs love cars. Brett.
Yes, they do.
It's like the best day ever. Brett's here.
Anyway, back to the topic. We do have the full episode of Sentient AI and the exploration of what that might be. I can't remember what that one was, what number it was, but it's a few weeks ago. So you can look at it up in drivingtotheres.com and get that, information about AIs. But 223 is very specific and particular. He becomes basically one of the major characters in the following books, especially in book 3, which is about to be published.
Before Christmas, you promised.
We promised before Christmas, and Larry's going to organize all that, so
yes,
we'll be having links. We'll send a special email when that's published, so look out for that.
Yeah. It's way worth the wait. Mm-hmm. Well, you ain't going to be waiting long, because what is this, November? Middle of November?
Yeah, probably end of
Towards the end of November, yeah. So we're talking like within a few weeks.
Yeah.
Do you understand how much work you have to do within the next few weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it's every morning. Get up, let's do work.
Do that. Just
focus on that.
Yeah, we'll be focusing on that. We've had such an incredibly busy few months. It's just been pretty insane how busy. We hardly spend any time at home anymore with all the journeying and traveling and all the other things. And we do have another journey to, long one, scheduled for mid-December. So within all that,
you're going to get it done.
We will get it done. Yeah, it's one of the things I enjoy most anyways, writing, what's it? Speculative fiction. That's our...
Speculative fiction.
That's our genre.
Well, what would be nice is in the second hour, we have a little excerpt from the unreleased book.
Oh, yes.
The one that hasn't come out yet. Yeah. The one that will be out by Christmas. So
if you want to hear one of the chapters one of the sections where 223 is full on
all the way,
then
tune into the second hour. We'll excerpt a
Yes.
section of one of the chapters where 223 is like
full on.
Knows who he totally is.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait. Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah.
See you in a minute.
Okay, see you then. There's a difference between genetic matter, like material, to genetic information. I think that a human body, if you're talking about human bodies, are you talking about human bodies?
Yes. And
Okay, so a human body is made of earth matter, but the information indeed does come from different species from around the universe.